What is up, Respawnables homies? No, this is not clickbait. I'm going to get into all the information that is currently available about Respawnables 2. It has been confirmed. Before we get into the video, I just want to tell you guys, the viewers, thank you so much for all you've done for me the past 3.5 years. You are the reason I've gotten to this point. This was the first game that I ever played on the channel. Many of you came and went. A lot of you stopped playing the game. You came back for other games. We picked up new people along the way who found this game. Respawnables has been downloaded over 40 million times. 40 million times, which is a massive number. Now, I don't know how many of those people were re-downloading the game or how many downloaded and deleted it, but still, 40 million is a massive number. Let's talk about Respawnables 2. This is what we know. There's a journalist who works for a company. This is a company I follow. They're very good. They cover a lot of mobile news. VentureBeat. Digital Legends paid for VentureBeat to visit their studio over in Spain. That's where Digital Legends is housed. And while he was there, he was able to interview the CEO of Digital Legends, and that CEO's name is Xavier Costa Carrillo. Okay, or no, I said it wrong. Xavier Carrillo Costa. Now, Xavier is somebody I've actually messaged with personally on Twitter, direct messages, also an email. Not like a lot, like where we're friends, but we have messaged. He seems like a pretty cool guy. This is what we know. The last line of the VentureBeat article says this: as for the future, Digital Legends is working on a new game based on the Respawnables universe. And that does not surprise me at all, because Respawnables is a wildly successful game. You look at series like Modern Combat, which was very successful. There's 5 of them, and now they're talking about Modern Combat Versus, which will be 6. Every shooter typically will have a series. You think about Call of Duty. The only one who doesn't is like Counter-Strike, but whatever. There's other games that have come and gone. But typically shooter games will have a series because players, they get sick of the maps, they want new guns, and it's just easier to make a new game because what happens if you don't do that is the game can turn into a cluster, which is kind of what Respawnables has come now, a big cluster. Well, I want to have a thoughtful discussion with you guys. Leave your comments down below. I actually recorded this video before a couple weeks ago, but I felt it was too negative. I want to just leave this open because there's some really interesting stuff in this article, stuff that kind of made me cringe and a little bit pissed off as a player, but I just want to get your thoughts below. So this is one of the things they said. I'm going to read word for word. The company has also made big changes in the way it is monetizing the free-to-play Afterpulse. With Respawnables, players never had a reason to spend more than $500 in the game. For those of you who don't know how much $500 is, $500 can buy you an iPad, okay? That's how much $500 is. So basically he's saying, with Respawnables, players didn't have a reason to spend more than $500. That's a hefty amount, but it meant that Digital Legends lost potential revenue, particularly with players who were willing to spend more than that, Carrillo Costa said. Players wanted more ways to progress. In comes Afterpulse, a game that I only did like 11 videos on, and I stopped because I reject this kind of monetization, and I pray, Digital Legends, if you're watching this, that you do not do this with Respawnables 2. Here's what happened. Digital Legends partnered with a company called Gameville. They're a Korean company. Gameville is better known as Game Evil because these guys, if you've played any of Gameville games, they are so pay to win, it's ridiculous. They monetize everything. Well, there is a big culture shift, and some of you can confirm this, and I also heard this from the Critical Ops developers who I hung out with a few weeks ago. Over in Asia, pay to win is okay. It actually shows notoriety. It shows that you have money. They're perfectly okay with it. They like a lottery system. They like pay to win. Here in the West and in Europe, we reject pay to win. We hate pay to win. So here's what happened. I'm going to read this. Digital Legends partnered with Gameville, the South Korean mobile publisher, on Afterpulse because Gameville has a lot of refined knowledge about how Asian gamers pay for items in free-to-play mobile titles. In particular, Gameville knew about gacha, a term for Japanese vending machines that yield surprise items. Sound familiar? Do any games do this to you? Absolutely they do. The term has come to describe the slot machine-like devices in games that dispense virtual items. The player buys a mystery package with real money. The gacha machine dispenses the package, and the player finds out if they got any rare items. Sometimes they do, but often they don't. Players keep coming back for gacha purchases. Carrillo Costa knew this, but monetization through gacha was just the beginning of the lessons that Gameville passed on. All right, anyways, they go on to talk about this whole gacha system. Gacha, like, I gotcha, punk. You're mine. Pay, pay, pay. Here's the deal, and I think Digital Legends probably will watch the video. If you do this model that you did with Afterpulse, because I know you can look at your metrics, and I know the game has not done nearly as well in the United States as Respawnables has. I've heard that Afterpulse, in fact, it says later in here, it says Afterpulse is drawing on a different audience. Respawnables had its fan in the US and Brazil, but on iOS, Afterpulse is drawing fans in Japan, China, Taiwan, and the usual markets too. Here's the deal, Digital Legends. If you do this gacha system in Respawnables 2, we're going to reject it. We're going to reject it. People aren't going to promote it. There's too much competition. Because when you came out with Respawnables 3.5, almost 4 years ago, actually 4 years ago in 3 months, 4 years ago, there was no other choices. We wanted to play shooters on mobile. This is what we have. Well, now we have a bunch of choices. Competition has stepped up, and a lot of that competition is basically free. Free. No pay to win at all. So you need to think long and hard about how you monetize Respawnables. If you over-monetize the game, we're not going to touch the game. And just leave your comments down below. Am I wrong in saying that? Every developer has the right to make money and monetize the game as they wish. Developers monetize games many different ways. The problem I don't have a problem with monetization because developers need to be paid for their hard work. I have a problem with over monetization. I especially have a problem with these gacha systems and this leveling systems where you have to upgrade. It's what's turned a lot of players off from Modern Combat 5 and they've fled. And boys and girls, there is much more competition in the mobile shooter space that we can go to. So that is the news. Respawnables 2 confirmed. I will keep you posted. No release date, no pictures, no anything. I messaged my contact at Digital Legends asking for more information. They said they weren't able to contact or comment at the moment. So that's all I can say, but more information will come out as I learn about it. Thanks so much for everything. Leave comments down below. Tell me what you think. Take care, guys. Peace.